Hi, Zoya.
It's fine. Somebody is coming here. Sally, my friends are interrupting my video. Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl here, Ella. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Over here we discuss all things law and I take you all on my journey to becoming a licensed lawyer out here in Ontario, Canada. If you haven't done so, please remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I post my video, and leave me a comment whilst watching or at the end of the video if you have any questions, concerns, or if you just want to tell me how beautiful I'm looking today. Yes, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for riding with me through this journey. I really appreciate you as well. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the power of networking, especially as an internationally trained lawyer or an internationally trained law graduate. So if you know you didn't have your law degree here in Canada and you're here going through the NCA process, networking is really, really important. Part of my New Year's resolution, school and career wise, was to up my networking game this year, trying to become more active, going out for in-person networking events, and posting more on LinkedIn, using my LinkedIn more, and even posting on here as well on YouTube. It was all part of my New Year's resolution. And for January and the first week or so of February, I've kind of been able to do that, and I'm going to be sharing my experience with you in a different video. However, this video is focused on the power of networking and what that can do for you, what I've experienced or learned from other people's experiences. For you to be able to network, you need to have skills. You have to know what you're doing. Otherwise, it can become overwhelming. Even networking for me feels like a full-time job, because you have to know what you're doing. You have to know who you're speaking to. You have to know what you're speaking about. It takes a lot of boldness, a lot of courage to go into different rooms where you might not know people and you need something to say to start up a conversation and have that start to a hopefully wonderful business style professional relationship. What I have found within my own experience and experiences of others is that there are two types of networking. So that you're either networking virtually, so online, or you are networking in person. So I'm going to break that down. First of all, we're going to talk about the networking style in person, things that you need to do before you start that kind of style, and then in the second half we're going to talk about the virtual networking and what that will look like for you. Remember, as a NCA candidate, internationally trained lawyer or student, you need to have these networking skills for you to be able to survive out here in Canada. Like it's really, really necessary for you. So you have me here to give you all the tips. First of all, before you start networking, you have to carve out where you want to start from. So for those of us who are going through a Canadian program, a master's program, you can either choose to search out conferences or networking events that your university holds and flag those dates up. For example, at UofT, we have fireside chats, we have internationally trained lawyers lunch and learn, where we have experienced lawyers or alumni come on campus, or they meet us up at a restaurant and we just network with them, ask them questions about their areas of practice, about the journey thus far. Those kind of simple things, you have to plan them out in your calendar, especially if you're one person who has to work full time and also squeeze in different pockets of time for you to network. So you get your calendar out, you have different events that are lined up for the month, and then you choose the ones that you wish to go for. Okay, somebody is coming here. Sally, my friends are interrupting my video. Sorry. You want to be on YouTube? Sure. You look stressed. Did the GO train? Okay, settle down. You need to plan the events that you're attending. If it's a networking event, if it's a conference, those are two different types of situations. So if you're also not a member of any of the bar associations, I would recommend that you get your membership with them. At least if you're an NCA candidate or student, it's free. So try to become a member so you can attend the events that they have and that are tailored to students as well, or that gives free tickets to students to attend. Or if you have the money, you can pay to attend those networking events as well, which is all good and great. The next thing is for you to create a planner. I have a spreadsheet. I use Notion and I outline every networking event that I have to attend I learn the names of all the lawyers that I would like to speak to at that event. I put them in there, what the topics they're going to be talking about, because I want to know what I'm going for and, be informed and be ready to have those conversations. So you have to actually plan those specific styles of movements for yourself. The next thing that I would do, which is what I do, is prepare a draft question, at least something. It might be one question you want to ask everyone to get their unique perspectives. And if you're not going in with draft questions, but I recommend that you have draft questions, you have to listen into what the person you're networking with, and I'm assuming it's a lawyer, what they're telling you, and you should have follow-up questions. So the conversation should definitely be a two-way street. No one wants to be the one talking all the time, so you should be having something to offer. So essentially, you are planning for what you're going to say in the event that you have a conversation that gets stuck or goes halfway through. My next tip will be for you to have a story. When you go for a networking event, you have to tell them who you are. So, hi, I'm Ella. I'm the GPLM program and an NCA candidate. My licensing journey to become a licensed lawyer out here in Canada. That's my story. From there, you birth up conversations. You ask about them, who they are, what they do, and that's how you get the conversations going. So you have to prepare all these things ahead of time. So when you get there, you're not just stuck and looking around, wondering what's going on in the space, right? On the day of the conference, you have to arrive on time. So for example, in the winter months like this, they always have coat checks because you drop off your winter coat. Some people wear different shoes at the conference, so you drop off your winter boots and whatnot. You have to be prepared. So if a conference is starting at 9 a.m., you have to aim to be there for 8:30 to 8:45 so that you're prepared, you're settled in before everything starts. Like the OBA conference, you have to be there on time, so you get registered and you drop off your coat, and graciously they had breakfast there, which was nice. So you get to eat at least before the conference or get your food whilst the conference is going on, then you can have something to snack on. But that's it for a conference style networking situation. This might be different from a networking event that maybe your school is hosting. The next thing is that you have to dress appropriately. You should look the part. If you're trying to be a lawyer, to an extent, like I'm not saying you should wear a full piece, like 3-piece suit, but business casual is always the nice and safe thing for you to go up. You have to look prepared for what you want to become. So dress nice, look smart. Everyone likes to see people dressed nicely. So that's something that I would always show up nicely. You have to have audacity. You have to be bold. You have to know that you're supposed to be in that room. If not you, who else? So you have to come with that kind of audacity. Be bold. Be proud of your story. Be proud of where you're coming from. No one is bigger than you. Everyone started from somewhere. So yeah, go with who you are as a person. Be approachable. Smile. I literally started a conversation with someone over the breakfast that was there, and I was like, I didn't know we were going to have breakfast today, and this is nice. And boom, that was how the conversation started. So having something to strike up a conversation with is always nice. You don't have to wait for people to come speak to you. Go out there and be able to speak with people. I mean, you're also the one looking for something, so go out there and speak to people. So if you've prepared well before the day of the conference, everything you've done before the networking events kind of helps you on that particular day. You have to also go with an open mind. So you might be wanting to speak to this particular lawyer who is at this networking event, and they might not show up. Like today at the ITL Lunch and Learn conference that we had at UofT, at a restaurant, there was a lawyer that didn't show up because he wasn't feeling well. But what happens with the remaining other lawyers that are there? You have to be open-minded to go in there and learn from other people's experiences, even if that might not be the area of law where you want to practice in. It's always nice to hear from people's stories. So going with an open mind and being approachable is also very, very key. The next thing I would say is for you to listen attentively to what they're saying. If someone is having a conversation with you, don't be on your phone. Don't be making side comments to another person. It's kind of rude. It's disrespectful. If they're speaking, don't overtake the conversation. Let them speak and then you speak back. And if it's a group setting, wait for other people to also ask questions, because I've been in spaces where this one person just wants to ask all the questions, forgetting that there are 5 other people there who also want to speak to this lawyer. My friends are whispering. Let me pause this video. Don't take up all the airspace and airtime. It's a conversation. I speak, you speak, the next person speaks, and then we go all the way around. It's just nice. It's not rude. It's a professional thing to do, and it helps you out in the future in your professional career, so you're not just the only one talking and then the client hasn't had a chance to put in a word, or your colleague has not had a chance to put in a word. So all these skills are very, very essential. You could practice these things with your friends. If you have a career counselor at your university, you can practice this with them. All these networking skills, you need to have them. And how would you have the skills if you don't go out and practice? So yeah, the more you go for these networking events, the more you attend these conferences, the more you build those social skills that you will need as a lawyer in the future. Because networking doesn't end when you get called to bar. It's a lifetime situation. As long as you want to be a professional, you have to continue networking. I'm using my hands a lot today, but you get the drift. Welcome to Toronto. So I'm over at Sankofa Square, former Dundas Square, because we have a Ministry of the Attorney General event, networking event today, and I'm going for it in the freezing cold. This is where we're headed today. This one. Catch me and at events sneaking in to record for you all to see behind the scenes. Oh my god. Tea and stuffs. Tea and stuff. Or stuffs. It's the CN Tower. So I think this is where Osgood has classrooms. Downtown Toronto. Oh my god, Osgood. That's where it's being held. Osgood PD. Oh, this is so nice. If I get food too.
On the traditional territory of many indigenous nations, the area known as Takaronta has been caretaken by the initial.
So this is Osgood PD. Apparently the master students do get classes in here, and this is where we hosted the networking event. I met a lot of cool people today, which was nice, and established some connections. And special thanks to Erica and the GPLM program careers advising team for giving us the opportunity to attend a great event like this. The other thing you want to be mindful of is remembering that this is a professional relationship. So you're not just going there to take from people, you should also have something of value to offer them, which is why I said prepare craft questions and have a story about yourself that you want to tell whilst you are having those conversations with people. It's a give and take relationship. Networking is also like that. At the end of the conversation, you can ask the lawyer that you've networked with or your fellow peers that you might have not known, but they come from other university or other walks of life. You can ask them if they have LinkedIn, if it's okay to connect with them further on there. Usually people would have LinkedIn, and there's some people who are not very active on LinkedIn and they might give you their email addresses instead. That's good and fine, provided that after the event, maybe that day, in the evening of that day, or the next morning, you reach out to them on LinkedIn or via email, let them know how amazing they were, key things that you picked from their conversation, and that is great to connect with them further. So just having something nice to say as a follow-up, so you still have that kind of conversation going on. Sometimes you might find that you actually want to learn more about that lawyer's story, and this kind of happened with me at the OBA conference. There was a lawyer that I really wanted to know more about their practice, and so I reached out to them on LinkedIn after speaking with them at the conference. I'm like, hey, I'm interested in this area of law, is it okay if I connect with you? And they were happy about that. Connected with them on LinkedIn. They were open to having a coffee chat with me, which I'm really looking forward to. These are some things that networking will do. It will get you into doors that you would ordinarily not be able to get access to. So for some lawyers like this, you need to have appointments with them. Sometimes if you maybe have sent them a cold email or cold call, you might not be able to get a hold of them, but being physically in the same spaces with people like this avails you that opportunity to put a face behind that name or put a face behind that resume that they might be reading in the future. Yeah, this is what networking really does for you. It kind of opens those doors that would naturally may have been closed to you in the past. Another thing, which is where your nice dressing comes in, is at networking events, make sure you take nice pictures and then post them on your LinkedIn. People like we out here are trying to get more active on LinkedIn, so we take those nice pictures, we post them, tag all the people that made an impact to you on that day, obviously as much as LinkedIn characters will allow. I think it's 3,000 characters at this point. I've been writing a lot on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is like you've maxed your capacity, so put in what you learned from that networking event that day and share those pictures as well. It's good to get your professional network continuously being built. So if employers are looking for you in the future, you're popping somewhere, you're like, oh, I've seen your LinkedIn before, I've seen you write somewhere, I've seen you on someone's page, or oh, this person is connected with this person that I know. This all helps you one way or the other. It's going to pull through. And even if you're not getting a job from one of these situations, it's still helping you build those soft skills that you would need as a lawyer, or even in any profession you decide to end up with. But at the end of the day, we all want to be professionals at something. So if you're building new skills, it's not going to waste, I promise you. It's a snowy Friday morning and I am on my way for another networking session. If you haven't liked, shared, or subscribed, please be sure to do so in this video. That's what this entire video is going to be about. I'm going to be showing you all my networking series through the University of Toronto and what has been happening this past couple of weeks, different networking sessions that I've attended, just taking you through what each section kind of looks like so you have an idea to know what to expect. So let's go with this journey today. I hope you really enjoy the entire process. Like I said, it's a snowy day here and the networking event today is taking place at a restaurant. So that's where I am heading to have ITL lunch and learn. Y'all, I'm usually terrible with Google Maps, but I haven't gotten lost in a while, which is a good thing. Looks like the venue is very close to the business school. Oh, and it's also very close to campus. So if I just keep walking straight, that's the law school. But I don't know what this is. Oh, that's where we're meeting up. I am way too early, but let's see how this goes. I see UofT, I see Erica. We're supposed to come in and sign our names. So we come in here and this is where we're at today. Ooh, so cool. I'm so happy because I haven't had breakfast today. So let me look for where my name's at. Yay. And the food looks good. The cafe is packed. So let's see. Where am I? Ella. Cute car, you guys. So pretty. There's a lot of food selections. Oh my god. What do I want to eat? Do I do Caesar salad? Should I do Caesar salad? We get desserts too. Yummy. Networking.
So Denton's was a combination of Silo.
Hi Zoya. Okay, hi. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay.
What did you like about this networking event that we were at? I can't see the name of the place, but anyways.
L'espresso something. Yeah. I liked the fact that everyone was so polite.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of words of encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love that they were all very appreciating our experience being internationally trained.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of people who are lawyers or starting out have a bit of stigma towards us.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you said you didn't feel that way, but
yeah.
I feel like a lot of people I've talked to in Toronto while I was in the UK had this, why would you go to law school in the UK? And I feel like talking to more lawyers now and in the DPLM networking events, I feel like everyone's so encouraging and they actually see it as a plus rather than something negative.
Okay,
so,
that's
yeah.
good. Thank you so much.
No
Take words from her this time, not from me. I'm not talking. I'm not talking. Now let's switch sides and let's talk about virtual networking, which usually occurs over Zoom, on LinkedIn, on Teams, your Teams call, or over email. You can connect with people if you go through their profile, you go through their website, you're on their law firm website and you like them, you like what they're doing, or someone has referred you to them. You can send them a connection. Sometimes LinkedIn allows you to put in a short note to people you want to connect with. Introduce yourself briefly and tell them why you want to connect with them. Once they accept you, send a follow-up. Thank you for connecting with me. If you're free sometime, I'm interested in this area of law and I just want to hear about your story. There is no one that I know that have sent a message like that to that has told me no or has not responded. You know, people like to talk about themselves. So these virtual connections can also help you. Sometimes people might want to even meet up in person if they have time, but that's very rare. I don't think I've gotten any in-person coffee chats yet. I give it as an option, but virtually people are always willing to have a quick 30 minutes to discuss about their own situation and how their journey was from law school to wherever they are as lawyers today. So that's something to be mindful of. That's all about virtual networking. It's pretty straightforward. Obviously, when you are appearing on screen on camera, you should look nice, look put together. Like, don't go in a hoodie. Try to still look professional upwards, because obviously on Zooms, people are only seeing from your shoulders up. So look professional whilst you're going into these virtual conversations. And sometimes the people you've networked with virtually, you might see them in person. Like someone I met today, I have seen her virtually at a UofT Zoom fireside chat that we had, and I saw her in person today, and that was really, really amazing. So these are some things that you can see, putting the face to who was behind the screen. Yes, these are some things that you should be aware of. Don't also forget networking with your peers, because these are the people that you're going through law school together, you're going through a master's program together, and we'll all graduate. Everyone will follow their own journey, but try to maintain those connections that you've already established, because our journeys might be different, but at least we started from one particular point in time, and then we have one unique goal. All of us want to, or most of us want to end up as lawyers here in Canada. So that's something that unites us together. So as you're trying to network up, also try to network this way as well. So vertically and horizontally, make sure that you're networking, and don't underestimate anybody. Everyone has value to give, whether they're a lawyer or they're a non-lawyer. But over here, well, a legal channel, so we're focusing on lawyers. Some advantages of networking is it opens doors that would naturally be closed to you. You get to speak one-on-one with people that could potentially be your employers in the future, people that could potentially be the ones interviewing you tomorrow. So you are able to put on your best foot forward, and to have them see you in a more relaxed, neutral environment kind of gives you points one way or the other. And sometimes these people, like I said before, you would have had to pay or have an appointment to meet them as lawyers. So networking opens the kind of doors for you. Now, if you've reached up onto this point, thank you so much for watching so far. I hope that everything I've said will be of use to you one way or the other. I don't give legal advice on this channel, but one thing I'm going to say is don't go into networking or attending any conference without a strategy. You need a strategy to succeed. It's just like how you need a strategy to write an exam or strategy to get a job. You also need a strategy to network properly. Otherwise, you will yield no fruits and it will not be successful. You will feel overwhelmed. Heck, even myself, that plans for my whole networking situation, I still get overwhelmed sometimes, depending on the kind of networking event or conference that I find myself attending. It could be overwhelming because there's a lot going on, there's so many people to meet. But once you're able to plan and narrow your focus, then the sky becomes the limit for you. If you follow these steps that I have suggested, you might find that they are really, really helpful to you. Remember that you are someone of value. You have something to offer. Your story matters. Your story counts. And you are unique. You don't have to be anybody else. You alone are enough, and the qualities that you have to offer is valuable somewhere in this world. I hope you've learned a lot today about networking strategically, like a boss that you are. If you haven't done so already, please remember to subscribe, like, share, turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I post my video, and leave me a comment in the comment section. I will catch you all in my next video. Have a wonderful, amazing day or night whenever you're watching this video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye. This is such a good video. This is my location of filming today. Look at the back. Let me take you out through you guys remember how Birmingham Library looked? I think my Birmingham Law School library was bigger, or that the library in Birmingham was bigger, but this is UofT. It's my first time filming in the library. Such a different and great experience. Oh yeah, I like it. I might be coming back more often if I have time in between classes or before class. I would utilize this opportunity to film here on campus because it's so pretty and snowy outside. Oh, pause video.